class, this is Dr. Miller. Welcome to week 7 of our HTHS110 course. As I always remind you at the beginning of each announcement, if you have any missing work, please submit it as soon as possible. If you haven't completed the work because you are unsure or you have questions about it, please let me know. I'd be glad to give you some more guidance so that you can be successful. Your week 6 scores will be posted no later than Thursday evening. If you have any questions on your grades, please let me know. This is also a good time to take another look within the gradebook to make sure you aren't missing any work that you think that you submitted. All right. So in this video, we're going to look at both weeks 7 and weeks 7.5. Because as you know, we just have a week and 2 days left worth of class, and there is a little bit of overlap between weeks 7 and 7.5. So first, in week 7, our topic is quality of health care. You do have your interactive lecture to complete first. Make sure you're downloading the Word document version of your lecture so you have it in your lecture library if you need it later. And then you have your discussion. Now this discussion, remember, we want to post this no later than Wednesday because you need to participate over 3 separate days. Don't forget to respond to 3 of your classmates' initial posts. What are you writing about? Well, this lecture focused on quality of healthcare. We discussed the 6 goals outlined by CMS. Make care safer by reducing harm caused in the delivery of care. Strengthening person and family engagement as partners in their care, promoting effective communication and coordination of care, promoting effective prevention and treatment of chronic disease, and working with communities to promote best practices of healthy living and make care affordable. We need you to address the topic in these 2 prompts. First, identify which goal you believe will be the most difficult to achieve and why, and describe additional steps that can be taken to achieve the selected goal. Then you do have your final exam. Make sure you're going back and you're reviewing all of the lectures 1 through 7, before you start the final exam, right? That's where the exam material is coming from. So make sure you take a day or so just to scan through all of your lectures. Hopefully you've been saving them in the Word document format. And then finally, you have a reflection. So in this case, we've identified 2 definitions of quality, ways to measure quality, and steps for improving quality. We're going to reflect on this week's content and your experience with healthcare in relation to quality as a provider or as a consumer/patient. And so in at least 150 words, we want to address these 2 prompts. Consider the underlying causes of quality problems that were identified, and discuss how you may address some of the causes in your current or future role in healthcare. So that is week 7. Let's take a quick peek at week 7.5. In week 7.5, again, you've got your lecture. This will be available to you on Friday, so make sure you do it right away. Here is your 7.5 discussion. This lecture focused on healthcare planning, regulation and policy. Policy is the theme that we have covered throughout the course, particularly the ACA. After reviewing the information that was covered throughout this course, in your initial post, address the following. Do you believe the ACA has achieved its primary goals? And provide an explanation. And then describe one thing you like about the ACA and one thing that you would change, and tell us why. Then you do have your reflection, your final reflection. Okay, so we want you to reflect on the history of planning, regulation, and policy in the U.S. So in at least 150 words, consider how each of these have negatively and or positively impacted the healthcare system and discuss how the efforts have impacted your experience as a provider or consumer. All right, so there you go. You've got a good overview of week 7 and 7.5. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you in the discussions.